Somebody posted a video of Donald Trump on Twitter and captioned it, "I don't think these gummies worked." 40 minutes later, it's a barely lucid Donald Trump dancing around. Take a look. This would be a lot funnier if the race weren't genuinely a coin flip right now, but we have a lot to break down with 21 days to go until the election. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and let's start off with Donald Trump's Truth Social feed today, and that'll bring us to the main story, which is the fact that Donald Trump is losing his damn mind, and he has ran from multiple interviews. We learned today that CNBC lost an interview with Donald Trump after he ran. He ran from 60 Minutes. He ran from the debate with VP Harris. He ran off stage last night after standing there for 20 to 30 minutes like a weirdo, and all night he's been posting about cognitive decline, but Kamala's. He said, "I love the truth, the real voice of America." He then said, "I've done 60 Minutes many times, even back in the good old days when journalism was respected and legit." He then says it's election interference, and now this is him desperately trying to cover up the disaster of a town hall last night. He said, "I had a town hall in Pennsylvania last night. It was amazing. The Q&A was almost finished when people began fainting from the excitement and heat. We started playing music while we waited and just kept it going. So different, but it ended up a great evening." This man cannot be serious. He said the Q&A was almost finished when people began fainting. He then said Kamala's medical report is really bad. With all of the problems that she has, there is a real question as to whether or not she should be running for president. My report is perfect. No problems. I want to ask you guys a genuine question, and I want you guys to comment. Do you think he's trolling? I think he's genuinely trolling here. He knows two things. Number one, he can't release his cognitive or his medical report because it'll look bad. And he knows that he looked lost on stage last night. And this is him trying to cover it up, in my opinion. He always deflects. He never admits defeat. He never backs down when he does something wrong, and I think this is him trolling and taking it to an extreme. I just can't believe a reality where he's not trolling here when he says that Kamala's medical report is really bad, for a few reasons. Because number one, Kamala released her medical report, and she is a very healthy 60-year-old. She's uniquely healthy. All she had was one rash that Donald Trump is trying to say is the end of the world. Number two, Donald Trump refuses to release his medical report, refuses to release or even take a cognitive exam, and all we have to go off are videos of him wandering around on stage. He knows for a fact that he is toast. He then posted about immigration, of course. He then posted about Georgia early voting, and he has been melting down all morning. Now I want to show you this clip that was posted by the Kamala campaign this morning that shows a montage of Donald Trump's cognitive decline. Take a look. It's just so cringe. I can't believe he was our president. He went the wrong way when he wasn't supposed to move. Then he didn't move when he was supposed to go the opposite direction. Waving to absolutely nobody.
See you later.
Once again, waving to nobody.
We'll do it again. There we go.
Thank you very much.
Just standing there awkwardly. Like, he has to know that he was on stage. How did he not see the car? The car was right there waiting for him. Now we're on to the more modern ones.
Read a few people, or do you want to?
Well, you had said you wanted to close with a specific song.
She is genuinely talking to him like I talk to my dogs. Like, well, you said you wanted a treat. You said you wanted a treat. I can't play this because the copyrighted music will get struck, but you guys get the point. And then today, we learned that CNBC had an interview with Trump canceled by the Trump campaign because they're not confident enough. Watch CNBC talk about Trump.
Well, Trump canceled, and he was going to come on. So, and I said, when you come on, we'll be able to say you came, and I didn't talk to him personally, but I said, yeah.
Because they were going to ask him, what is a tariff? And he would have no clue. That isn't even the worst part. Trump yesterday had to cut an interview short after his handlers rushed him out because he was just rambling to these bros on a podcast. Watch this clip.
And I played football too. I didn't particularly like it.
What position were you?
No, I didn't like it. I played tight end.
Yeah. Can block,
And I
can
didn't
catch
like,
the whole thing.
and
You had some hands?
We got Delaney Walker
I
behind.
could catch the ball good, but I didn't particularly like having some guy that was lifting weights all day long and came from a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's yapping about, and the vibe seems very awkward, like they're fake laughing. But they're also speaking to him like he's a child. Let me replay this over here. Listen to the way he says, yeah. It's like Donald Trump's a child.
What position were you?
No, I didn't like it. I played tight end.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, like Donald Trump is an actual child. And I want to show you the clip of his handlers cutting this interview short. But first, David Frum put together a very fascinating thread of examples of Donald Trump scamming people in the real world. So, to lay the groundwork, a Trump supporter posted this. How am I just finding out that Trump went out of his way to send his plane to pick up Nelson Mandela after he was released from prison? He then says Trump is a great person, but David Frum says, below is a fascinating example of Trump supporters' fantasy world. They tell a story of Trump's charity to Nelson Mandela that somehow has gone untold until now, but what actually happened is very different. What actually happened was that Trump's creditors seized his Trump Shuttle airline during Trump's first bankruptcy in 1990, and the creditors leased a Trump-branded plane to anyone who would pay the commercial rate, including Nelson Mandela's 8-city U.S. tour that year. So Trump's bankruptcy caused his plane to be seized, and Nelson Mandela used it, they had the funds, and Trump supporters are now saying that Donald Trump saved Nelson Mandela or took him under his wing. It is disgusting, but listen to this thread of alternate history being corrected. So, no, Trump did not have a trusted secret black woman senior executive at his side in his early years. This is not true. Few, if any, minority senior executives have ever worked in the Trump empire. No, Trump did not single-handedly stop a mugging in 1991. The only source for this story is Trump himself, and the other people at the scene contradict Trump's version. And the article is titled, "A New Witness is Blasting Trump's Claim That He Stopped a Baseball Bat-Wielding Maniac." No, Trump was not in the habit of secretly buying houses and donating those houses to veterans. In fact, Trump looted his own charitable foundation for his own benefit. Many such cases. Trump doesn't give to charity. Trump steals from charity. In fact, Trump doesn't conceal genuine acts of heroism. Trump invents imaginary acts of heroism. That's the difference. Imagine the world's least generous, least compassionate, least truthful person, and you've imagined reality. No, Trump did not in any way help 9/11 victims, but he did pocket $150,000 in federal grant money for Lower Manhattan economic recovery. Almost everything Trump says about what he did on and around 9/11 is a provable lie. For example, Trump's claim that he assisted at the 9/11 Ground Zero site is an especially egregious lie, audacious lie. No responder saw Trump there. Watch this clip.
Everyone who helped clear the rubble, and I was there, and I watched, and I helped a little bit, but I want to tell you, those people were amazing.
Even the way he says it is almost offensively dumb. I was there, and I watched, and I helped maybe a little bit. It's just, come on. But this brings us on to Donald Trump leaving an interview early. Kamala HQ, the official rapid response account for the Kamala campaign, says, Trump's handlers whisk him away from his rambling and confused interview. Trump says, my people are going crazy. The podcaster says, oh, that's it? Pretty disappointed. Trump says, it's time to go, right? And this went viral with 1.9 million views. Take a look at this clip.
So I see my people are going crazy over there.
Oh, that's it?
At a certain point, you don't mind if they go crazy, but then you say, okay, it's time to go.
Bradley Martin, This Jim bro he's doing the podcast with thought he had a lot more time, but after Donald Trump rambled on, he was whisked away in a very similar way that Donald Trump ended his event last night early. Now, I want to contrast this with our favorite pro-democracy candidate, VP Harris, calling Donald Trump out.
Let's fast forward to right now. His staff won't let him do a 60 Minutes interview. Every president for the last half century has done one, anyone who's running for president. Everyone has done it, except Donald Trump. He will not debate me again. I put out my medical records. He won't put out his medical records. And you have to ask, why is his staff doing that? And it may be because they think he's just not ready and unfit and unstable and should not have that level of transparency for the American people.
He is absolutely unfit, and he won't release his cognitive reports, so as I said, all we can go off of are videos, and the videos are pretty damning. One final clip of Tim Walz.
We are not going back. We are not going back. So look, we're barnstorming the country. We're doing radio, TV, podcasts. I'm about 2 hits away from being a regular on Fox News now. We're on a first name basis. But look, our policies help the people who listen to Fox News. That's why we need to get out there.
That is a very great point that I bring up all of the time. A lot of Trump supporters aren't bad people, they are just misled. There's a video on my channel where I'm talking to a lady who needs therapy for her autistic son, but she can't afford it, and when I ask if the Democrats should provide that, she says no, she can't vote blue. So this is a good person who has been tricked by Fox News. That doesn't mean we should give up on them. We have 21 days to go. We can't give up at all. My ask from you guys over the next 21 days is a simple one, and it is free. All you have to do is make sure you have the notification bell on below. When you see me post a new pro-democracy video boosting up our candidates or tearing down Trump, click on it, watch until the very end, leave a like, comment, boost it. Watching until the very end boosts it in the algorithm. It shows people that people like the video. So, with all of us working together, we can boost this platform, and it's free. It's free for all of us. Let's do this. Let's win this. Make sure you vote. Vote.org will be in the description below. Of course, have a great rest of your day.